Hello, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome to Wickin It and Kicking It. We are back. Feels good to be back. Um, Managed to squeeze in an hour's worth of pre-recorded Wickin It and kind of Kicking It last week, um, because of I can't remember what happened. Oh yeah, I had to go pick up Dean. And then this week was scrambling around trying to get set up because Dean had to go back. So that's why we're starting at 7:10 today. And then not only did last minute we have to orchestrate getting Dean ready to go back to his mom's, but then also the cat getting into his room. And then when because I took Dean down to my dad because he was giving him a ride, and the cat got into Dean's room. I said, "Screw it, I'm just." He forgot something, so I had to run back up and then down again. The cat got into the room, and then the cat got out into the hallway, and thankfully she finally scurried her own little self back into the apartment, so we were actually able to get started on time. How about that? But I hope everybody had a freaking great week, a fantastic weekend. You're having a good start to your week, that your Monday is treating you as well as a Monday can. Um, and I am glad to see you all here, back in action. It does feel weird to not do an actual live stream on a Monday. Even though like I did like record what I could. And then we had some content in between, but it feels weird. But then it feels great to come back. It always feels great to come here, hit that live button, see everybody saying hello to each other, and we're gonna rock out. We've got some fun stuff. We got some new toys to play with. A couple announcements, because there's some things changing with some people kind of stepping aside and taking breaks currently. So we will I don't know, we'll figure some stuff out on the fly as it happens. You know what I mean? But yeah, tonight I think what we're gonna do is, rather than do any builds, and I'll explain kind of why. We're gonna do the classic wicking it and kicking it, man. We're gonna wick up a few addies, and we're gonna set up a couple of them on some new devices, some new mods, new to me mods. And again, shout out to my man Nate Hall for the surprise for the new gear, and to Furfer for what we're gonna be playing around with tonight. I freaking love you guys. Obviously, it's never expected, but always appreciated. Um, all I ever anticipate is hoping that people show up every week. That makes me happy. I fucking love you guys, though. You guys just always go out of your way to make a guy feel loved. I do want to see who is here. I do want to shout out my man Mike DeVries real quick, because he's not always able to stick around long. But he did say hello. And Mike DeVries, of course, is somebody that is going on the shots and prayers list for tonight. And we got a list. We got a little bit of a list for shots and prayers tonight. Um, and as a matter of fact, I think maybe we should start out with that, because as far as I can tell, everybody is here, except for one person that I don't think is going. I'm not sure if he's going to be coming, but let's say Mike DeVries. Mike DeVries is always here. He always comes in and he checks in and he says hello. He's been in like an in between stage of his life, but from what I talked to him recently, it looks like he's going to be moving into a new home, and I just wanted to send some positive thoughts into the universe for him. Shots and prayers, of course, and hoping that all of that goes well. Of course, my man Furfur, he's got some stuff going on. We're not going to get into specifics unless he wants to share that with you. Dell and his family, with what's going on with his grandmother. I believe it was Dell that had a GoFundMe link, I think, was it? And please feel free to share that um, in the chat, my dude. And then Mao, we're just going right down the list. Mao has stepped away, taking a little break. He's got some family things going on. And Duchess. Duchess, for any of you that may not have noticed, the royal court has been shut down. Duchess has made the difficult decision to step away from vaping in general, as far as the way that he explained it to me. So there will be no more coils. Unfortunately, that he's not going to be participating in any content anymore, at least for the time being. Which means we're gonna have to find another way, because Duchess always held it down, dropping all the links in the chat for JMW, for all the discords, uh, for Lady Liberty, for the Jot form, and all that stuff. So we will work that out as it comes. But I wanted to start off the show um, at the top of the show tonight, because all of you are always here, to love and support me. Um, I'm always thinking of you guys. I know that people have lives, they have things that they're going through, and it's not always easy. And we're here for each other in this community. So to all of those people I listed, and if there's anybody else that you guys want to shout out in chat, please send some positive vibes out into the universe. Take a big couple fat rips off of whatever you're enjoying tonight, and let's have some shots and prayers. I couldn't think of a better way to start that off. I love you guys. I'm always thinking of you. And there's the thing right there for Dell. If you can help, uh, please do. But let's get up to the top and let's see who's up in here. Uh, Furferstrode is the first one in. Oh yes, Wiki, where all the good times are had. Indeed, we do have some good times here. Dalton Beaver says, "Yo yo, team mayonnaise." I love how he switched it up, Dalton. The Spam King, the Duke's Spam King in the house. Dell is glad we came together as Team Mayonnaise. Yeah, collectively hate on Miracle Whip. There you go. There you go. Hungry Hippo says, "Evening, folks. Good evening and cheers." We've got caramel macchiato with our sugar cookie in the coffee, which it occurred to me, one of the things that we set up tonight, we should probably juice up with some caramel crumble, because that kind of is like caramel crumble in coffee form. Uh, Brian Enoch, what's up, my dude? There, and I did pin the link for the Raffle Rumble. Guys, if you guys want to play, hit that link. I pinned it. It's dose many per ticket, and first place prize is a red and black Toot Life Hexome. Oh my gosh, it is storming. Lightning, pouring rain. Usually we don't have too many problems with internet when it storms, so hopefully everything runs smoothly tonight. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and then of course one of these guys, one of these hats, and some liquid and a JMW keychain. Second prize is choice between the Bonds Pro RDA or an Alexa 6 RBA, with those extras as well. And depending on how many tickets are sold, there's a possibility that we could do third place as well. It all depends on you guys. Nathan Hall made it. And speaking of, oh, since I mentioned the JMW hats, the shirts, I know a couple people inquired about shirts. The shirts have been up on the order form for a while, and there was some issues with them ringing up incorrectly, not adding to the total. I talked to Dan. Um, it's just one of those things where like people get hyped when you mention that you're doing merch. The hats, the black hats, we do actually have in stock, but shirts have to be made to order, and things just they weren't considered correctly. The planning for it just it just wasn't right. And it's one of those things where like a lot of people say that they definitely want some merch, but when it comes down to ordering, liquid is the priority. And I don't know if we're gonna actually be able to keep making those happen because only a couple people really actually follow through and try to order. And Dan being so busy, I think he kind of overestimated his ability to make that happen. But we'll keep you guys updated. We'll keep you guys updated. As of now, they are up on the forum, but I don't know. He might have taken them off. Uh, Dalton Bieber, what's up, my dude? Uh, let's see. LT is here. Mama Bear in the house. Um, let's see. Corporate Jason says, "Hey everybody, what's up, dude?" Oh, Kitty, he's giving me the kitty heart eyes. Yeah, yeah, the cat. She loves Dean, dude. Like I don't know how to explain it. She acts so differently around him. Like she always tries to attack his feet and chase after him, but she's really just trying to get his attention. She wants him to run and play with her. She wants control over his room because it's the only space in the apartment that she really doesn't have permanent access to. But that and because like he's a 13-year-old going through puberty and she's a cat that goes into heat every other week, that might play into it. But like even when not, like I've noticed she really acts really differently towards him than she does me. Like I don't know, she's trying to bond with him in her own way. And he's about to be a teenager. He's just kind of all about hanging in his room and keeping to himself lately. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Lady Liberty, always a pleasure. Good to see you. Nate says, I'm so confused. They're talking it back and forth, him and Furfur. Uh, Doe. Let's see. Surprise? Nice. Yeah, there's Advocate for Liberty right there. Nate says, You're welcome. Heck yeah, dude. I really appreciate it. Ronnie Jim is listening at work. Always great to see you, Ronnie. Usually he's driving home by now. He's still at work. Hope you have a good night, my man. Um, Speaking of surprises from Nate, I need to change my batteries. Oh yeah, man, get them changed. What a thoughtful guy that Nate. Um, let's see. Purpose says I'm here, still gimped up, but it's all good. All right. Hope you get better and heal up soon, my man. I don't think I'm an LL. Good evening, by the way. Let's see. Hippo is invisible. I see him. I see him. Always here for you, Steve. Wow, that was bright. Dude, the sky is like yellow right now. Can you guys hear the thunder? Can y'all hear that? I know my headphones pick up certain frequencies really good. It's like one of those times where it's like raining, but the sun is kind of shining through the clouds. I guarantee there's a rainbow out there somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. Let's see. Here's the go. Yeah, there. Oh, for your sister-in-law. That's right. I know you've been taking care of your grandma, and then okay, your sister-in-law is what the GoFundMe for was. Well, to your whole family, my dude. I know times can get difficult, my man. Been there. Hard being a pimp. Yo, it's hard out here for a pimp. Yo, pimping ain't easy. Ain't anybody tell you? Team spam? Yeah. Coffee cheers. Hell yeah. There's Crystal the Great. Crystal, welcome, welcome. Great to see you. So glad you're settling right into the community and Crystal's starting to open up a little more and hang out, and I freaking love to see it. Let's see. Need that cane to actually walk right now, Del. Oh, Harper's walking with a cane. Yo, I'm gonna need some type of walking assistance, whether it's like one of those pusher things. We were joking around last week about getting like one of those motorized freaking scooter deal thingies or whatever. It's getting to that point, guys. My legs are in rough shape. As a matter of fact, today, right now, they're they feel a little. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. They feel a little more. Uh, I don't know. They feel better right now. They're not as swollen. They're not as throbbing. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to wound therapy and freaking get medicated wraps put around my legs because otherwise I don't think they're gonna heal. Especially my left one. The left one has just always been the worst. Right now, I'm feeling kind of good though because I stayed in bed until 5 o'clock, literally just to keep my legs up, just to keep my legs up to try to minimize swelling. And part of it is, I think, is because I'm staying up and I'm pushing myself too far, and I'm not going to bed and putting my legs up the way that I should, and sitting here on this chair at this desk for too many hours at a time, I think is causing some complications. I need to treat myself better, I guess, huh? Let's see. Neil is here. Got the new blueberry cream fresh in today, and I did a new version of my white chocolate blueberry truffle. It's so good. Yes. Yes. I actually got my Bull City order Saturday. I didn't have the blueberries. I didn't have the banana. I'm excited to play with them. I wanted to do some mixing tonight. But with how hectic things got last minute, I think what we're going to do is if there's time, maybe we'll pull up ELR and maybe we can brainstorm a recipe together. But tonight, I think we'll focus on gear. We are going to, as far as I know, as long as like my son's mother doesn't try to force me to go to her grandmother's house on Thursday, because Dean's birthday is Wednesday. And they're doing something at her grandmother's house Thursday, but we're doing something at my mother's house Saturday. And getting around for me is difficult. So the plan now is to go live on Thursday still. And I think maybe Thursday we can focus on some mixing because, sometimes, like, obviously it's wicking it and kicking it, but I do like to do DIY stuff here as well. We got lots of DIYers that come and, are regulars here. And I think maybe we can brainstorm some mixes with some of the new flavors. But yeah, I'm excited to get into some of those that I haven't tried yet. And that's right. Neil always tends to get it started. Let me know what you guys are freaking enjoying tonight. What your setups are. I know a few people have already sent in some hand checks, desk checks. That's another thing I think I want to kind of try to streamline. I was watching the punk rock Vapor and Birdie show, and they put everything up on the screen all nice, and here we are. I'm showing them off on my phone. We make things work, though. We make things work. Technology hasn't always been my strong suit. But let me know what you guys are enjoying tonight. Let's see. Haven't opened our BCF order that came in today. I got my BCF order. I got some medicine flower blueberry for myself. I found a shop on Amazon that sells some medicine flower uh, per bottle. Like it's more expensive. But if you're only buying one or two bottles, like say one or two 15 mils at a time, um, or one bottle at a time, let's say, and then typically it's $24 for a 15 mil. because shipping has gone up so much at medicine flower. It's actually, if you have Prime especially, it's more beneficial to give that small business the extra $5 and then save on shipping. Because shipping from freaking medicine flower has gone up to like $12, dude. It's insane. Used to only be like four something. Uh, Liberty off the knuckle. I saw Blueberry Angels. Ooh, I like that. Waiting for my new WF order to be here tomorrow. Hell yeah. The new Wonder flavor release, I think, has some game changing flavors. It's not going to be like the last two releases, I don't think. Especially the last one. Some of those flavors you don't really see a lot of people using them. I think we're going to see a lot of people working these new Wonder flavors into their recipes, not only just now, but moving forward, because this release is fantastic. And shout out to Frank and those guys at Wonder Flavors. They did a fantastic job, and everybody who helped beta test um, really, really, really made a difference this time. My BCF hopefully will be here Wednesday, said Hippo. Nice. I was almost going to put in another order because some new flavors went on 50% off. One of them being Wonder Flavors chocolate frosting. It literally, I noticed that it was on 50% off this morning. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to lay down. And by the time I laid down and got back up, it was already off 50%. Yikes. At least their salted caramel is still on it for now anyway. Tim got a whole new indoor high-end grow setup ordered, and half of it came in today. Same game, new better toys. Heck yeah, dude. Uh, let's see. Furpers talking to Tim. Mike DeVries. Always enjoy kicking it on Mondays. Hell yeah, Mike. And I'm glad that it helps you out. Like what you messaged me. You said that it's helped you keep through. And don't forget, guys. Like when I say shots and prayers, like during the show, um, it it isn't only like exclusively during the show. Like you guys are always like on my mind. I'm always thinking of you. I'm always wishing the best for all my friends, you know. And I always say like if you're a praying person, well me personally I am. And I do keep all of you in my prayers throughout the entire week. Customers want their proposals, says Ronnie Jim. Gotcha. Lightning this morning on the way back from lady's appointment, and there was no rain where we were. No kidding. Kim C, hey! She's saying hello to everyone. Who wants a fat ass husky? If Winter steps on my foot about one more time, I'm shipping him off to the highest bidder. JK, love my boys. If I had the space, I would love a dog. I just don't have the space. I don't have the mobility. I can't walk a dog several times a day. I used to. I used to take care of the dog at the halfway house, and I used to dog sit for Dean's mom's little doggo. Lady Liberty, let's see. Oh, Quilly, howdy y'all. Quilly, long time no see. Great to see you, dude. Um, understand that. Let's see. 70 miles per hour scooter. I have the build saved for you. That's right. 70 miles per hour scooter. Need one for myself too. Heck yeah, dude. He's saying howdy y'all. Quilly's saying what's up. 3 squonks going right now. Let's go. I got one. Uh, but that's going to change. Of course, I still had to keep this in rotation. I set this down for a couple days because I was forcing this strawberry lychee sorbet to steep a little. I mixed this on 820. It's 825. 5 days is the longest I've managed to get this recipe to steep. Let's give that a squonk. Um, I really need to see how that frozen yogurt does in this recipe long term. But it's such a good recipe. It's another example of something that we did for the first time together on Wickin It and Kickin It that turned out to be a real banger. And that used to be true in the past when Dan used to do Freestyle Fridays. It's another reason why I think I want to do more mixes together on the stream, because the ones that we do together on the stream usually have a massively good hit rate as far as recipes that end up banging like right off that first mix. Only need like minor tweaks, if any at all. I wouldn't be able to keep up on mixing with more than one. Let's see. But please, this is a very situation. My husband fighting flare ups for years. The last one was very severe. He became septic. He had blood poisoning, which is deadly. Take care of your, uh, yeah, your legs. Yeah. I mean, I have been going uh, to appointments. I have a vascular specialist. I go to wound therapy. Um, and everything has been actually really under control for the last several months now. But the wraps, especially when it gets warm out in the summertime, I have like these wraps that Velcro strap around my legs. Um, because the Velcro was starting to wear out, I was starting to have to kind of tighten them a little more to get them to stay on, and that extra tightening caused like some friction and some rubbing in some spots, created some new blisters, and yeah, I will be for sure going back to wound therapy this week. Hungry Hippo sent in his handy checks. Heck yeah, dude. Thank you for that, Kim C, for sharing that. Gunny, sorry I'm late, y'all. You're here. You are here. Are we all still going to Steve's house for the after show Thursday? Yes, yes, we can do that. We can do that for sure. Where do I send in? To Discord or Facebook PM? I wish I wish I could open up Discord without it disrupting the stream. What I want to do, I need to figure out is a way to like save them somewhere, and then that way we can pull them up. But I show them off on my phone. It works. Gunther. Autocorrect always calls me Guinea or funny. It does funny. I always get funny. I always get funny. Is it acceptable to be right on time for your own arrival? Yeah. Uh, Ladies still on the Republic, of course. With its tiramisu cheesecake with the gaudy nitrous. Heck yeah. Tim says new Flavora Huckleberry is so good as well. Yeah, I still haven't gotten into flavor testing them. Um, a couple of them, I think I'm just gonna just throw them right into mixes and see how they do. Um, I will be single flavor testing them. It's just it's been difficult with Dean here, and you know how things get for me, Tim. I'm on the Sphinx, says Gunny, with the Valkyrie tank with some bottled violence caramel custard. That's my favorite bottled violence. I know a lot of people love the toffee, and the toffee is great, but the caramel is my favorite out of the line. Look into good anti-inflammatory diet, Steve-O. Yeah, yeah, that's something that I need to get better at too. Furfur, you can't deny, even though it's not a 30 millimeter, the nitrous does look sick on a Republic. He's gonna deny it. I'm telling you right now. Um, I take berberine and myrrh myself. I don't know what those are. We'll have to talk offline. Uh, been busy day buying a car. Ooh, Gunny, new car. Nice. Stephen L made it. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, my dude? Uh, he wants to go out because Tim woke up from a nap, so instantly he's bugging. And of course, for some reason, he thinks stepping on my foot and putting his foot on my knee will help somehow. Well, yeah. How else is he supposed to force your attention? Uh, I'll mix with you, Steve-O. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Dell pulled up some recipes right there. Uh, I wonder. Let's see if I could go back and we'll look at those guys. Oh, wrong link. We'll look at that. Let's see. Let me go in here. Let me find that. We're almost caught up. Let's pull this up and keep it in the background. And then when we caught up, we'll look at it. This recipe looks good. Heck yeah. Go to a sports store and try some compression pants. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know those existed. The difficulty is the fluid leaking. So like whatever I wear, I have to change several times a day. And I'm trying real hard with the socks, but I can't keep up. I need to buy more pairs. Uh, Mike says, I appreciate all the prayer things are looking up. I got the new house, just got to do some fixing up and got a new job. Things are moving forward. Hell yeah, brother. I've seen you bounce back a few times, actually, through some difficult times over the past 5 years, man. Your drive, your determination, and your work ethic, you know what I mean? Uh, it's actually quite inspiring, Mike. It really is. I know times get difficult and you sometimes question yourself, and I know your family isn't always the most supportive. But you got people that do care about you in this community for sure, and your your drive really is impressive. Uh, some banging coils and recipes lately. Yeah, dude, Hippo, uh, he's really coming into his own, dude. His coils look fantastic. I can see the improvement he's making. You can tell he's putting time into his craft. Um, and if you don't follow Hippo on Instagram because he posts things daily, uh, and he posts some super sexy looking coils. He's a huge advocate for weekly cleaning of your gear, which is a good always a great reminder, and we appreciate it. Give him a follow on Insta uh, and on ELR if you don't already. It's pretty authentic coffee right off the rip. Nice, Steve. I've been exhausted this past week. Started with that migraine, I remember, and since then I've just been crashing a lot. Whether change may be a part of it or most of it. I think I think Tim needs a shots and prayers. Tim needs a shots and prayers. Tim and Cassie, the both of them, they work super hard, and they keep pressing on too. Shots and prayers to you guys. Uh, Lady says by next Tuesday I'll be on a new chair. Yes. And yes, Tim ordered me purple and black to match my wall. That's awesome. Forward is the right direction. Yes. Yes, indeed. What I miss? Just we're just hanging out. We're just getting caught up with, comments, saying what's up, seeing who's here. We did shots and prayers for a bunch of people. That's pretty much it. Everything. Yeah, you missed everything. If you're all that tired, just let me know. I'll come by and give massages. Ooh. Uh, it's more on the bitter side versus sweet, which is the vibe I wanted out of a coffee liquid. Yeah, everybody definitely takes their coffee different. That's why, like, I never really thought about it. Like, listen, there's so many different tastes and profile ideas, um, and different ways to make certain things in DIY. Coffee is one of those things that I was never really interested in, but I'm recently starting to get into more. Everybody takes their coffee different. It's so a coffee vape, yeah, it's just so many possibilities. Especially with some of the newer coffee uh flavorings. Let's see. Steve-O did a striptease. Yeah, even worse. Tassels. Too bad it won't be available on replay after edit. Yeah, yeah. I've never even attempted to edit a live stream before, have I? I maybe once. Maybe once. Let's see. I suck at cleaning my shit on a regular schedule, says Dell. Yeah. Need some good stack tube series coils. Who is making them? Yeah. I mean, the two people that come to mind, and I mean, Duchess never did series coils, but now that he's stepped away again, um, and Mao is on a break. Twisted Timmy has his series Aliens, or you can hit up Jared from Pendulum Coils, and he will work with you, and he'll even help you like come up with specs that are ideal and will fit right in whatever atomizer you're looking to use. Timmy's are like just the same spec every time. His series coils are pretty banging. But Jared, Jared will definitely work with you um, to do whatever specs you want. Need some good stack tube series coils. Let's see. I love watching Hippo. He's currently part of my inspiration on my building journey. Yeah, dude. And like Hippo's been Hippo's been vaping for a year and 8 months, almost 9. And his progression into the hobbyist side of things, it's impressive, dude. Uh, let's see. Tell me what your specifications are, and I can start taking coil orders. Oh yeah, Nate too. I forget Nate. Nate builds. Thank you, Steve. But we will survive. Always focus on others in need of over us. Yeah, yeah. Hit up Twisted Timmy. Yeah, like you can literally go right on his site and just put some series aliens in your cart. Let's see. Ordered her chair while she was sleeping. Let's see. Neil's one Delta Squonk Bonza Pro Strawberry Twinkie Milkshake, Delta Squonk Nitrous White Chocolate Blueberry Truffle, Topside Dual Bonza Pro Blueberry Lemonade. Hell yeah, dude. Man, you're like me, man. You like a lot of berries, like, or at least like have like berry layers and things. Do I need an appointment to get a Brazilian? Yeah. There was a nice set of Timmys in the Purge X I sent to Mao. They were good. Yeah, depending on how spicy you like them, he does 8, 9, 10 wrap. I liked the 9 wrap. Uh, I would if I would get up and show you a set, uh, because I have a set in my nightmare. I think they're the 9 wrap. Uh, maybe remind me when we get caught up. Maybe I'll go grab it. But that made my night, brother. Hell yeah, dude. You deserve it. I make frame staple series. Like Timmy just dropped some. Oh yeah, he did. He did just drop hexome coils. A little pricey, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, Steve L, not Steve O. Hey, that's all right. Uh, let's see. I got a frozen cheese pizza that I put much pepperoni on it, and a third is covered in crushed red pepper flakes. Yo, that sounds so good. Yo, I like getting like uh the Walmart brand, the Great Value frozen pizzas, and it's actually better to get the cheese and put your own pepperoni on it because you get more cheese that way. Although I do like the pepperoni that comes on the pepperoni already because it's got certain seasonings on it. Both are good. I would just add extra pepperoni to it. Uh, Stevo, you're making my night too. Let's see. I think we're all caught up. Let's look at this recipe real quick before we get into anything else. Uh, share screen that Dell shared. Since we do some DIY here on the channel, and everybody's been talking about it. Caramel Madness, Carm Frap. Uh, let's see. Are we big? We're about as big as we can get. Brazilian coffee. I don't have that flavor, I don't think. Brazilian coffee, Wonder Flavors at 1%. Cappuccino V2 from Cap at 4%. That's another one I never tried. Caramel butter, Wonder Flavors at 1.5. Caramel, that is such a great flavor. If you don't have caramel butter in your stash, what are you doing? Caramel candy, Flavor West at 2%. Caramel coffee with sweet milk, Perillum at 4%. Banging. Super sweet from Cap at 0.5%. I'm sure you can sweeten the taste. Vanilla bean gelato TPA at 2%. Yeah, that looks like a great A great caramel, like cappuccino, frappuccino type of mix. That caramel coffee with sweet milk. I hope it's one of the ones that sticks around on both say or I see are gradually putting more and more like on the clearance. I noticed that in because it's if you want to do like a caramel coffee or add like a caramel coffee flavoring to a mix, it is spot on, perfect and delicious. Uh, Flavoring to build around, and I could see that he built out more with the cappuccino, the Brazilian coffee, and then added more caramel. Um, Flavorings are different, but this is a similar approach to how I would want to build this type of profile. Uh, you got your coffee layer, you got your caramel layer, you've got some added cream to help thicken it up. Yeah, this and turn it more frappuccino. I like this. This looks good. Uh, Other than a couple flavors I don't have any experience with, it still looks delicious. Well done, Dell. Um, yeah, I realized when I was going through some inventory, I have 360 mils of this caramel coffee with sweet milk, which is enough to do something with. At least, like if you know, come up with a recipe and be able to enjoy it for a while. Maybe do a limited drop if it turns out good. Stop sharing. So yeah, if I can get out of here, here we go. We're back. Okay. When I cracked the bottle and smelled it, I was like, oh my god, yummy, Dell. I want. Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? Um, Dell has really been holding his own, putting some time in, practicing, mixing too. It's great to see like the people who they get into it and like you can tell the people who are putting the time in and uh and playing around with their flavors and just it really is a matter of just sticking with it and experimenting. And what I used to do, especially, was I used to get up every day, and part of my daily routine was to mix a new recipe every day. Whether it was just something I was craving, something I kept to myself, not something I shared, I would get up and I would experiment with what some simple mixes a lot of times. Experiment with like two, three flavor pairings to try to build layers, um, or like pairings that you could keep together and would work in other profiles. That's how you learn your flavors by just getting up, like using them and experimenting with them, and just keeping at it. Single flavor testing obviously is major, but single flavor testing even itself doesn't tell the whole story. Taking some of those flavors and starting to pair them together with one or two other things, you know, is really going. It's it's really going to help you excel. Uh, Chili or spaghetti sauce is always better the next day. That's true. Cold pizza is the best breakfast. It really is a good breakfast, isn't it? It's been a beautiful day in Ohio, says Paul Cole. Oh, yo, Paul Cole, what's up, dude? 72 degrees rest of the week. It's supposed to be 70s. I don't know what it's like now that it rained real quick and cleared up again. 5669. Let's see. It's it was perfect here. I went to go take Dean outside. Yeah, 64, and it was like 64, and it was cool. Like there was a warmth to the air, but still it was like cool. It's like getting to that perfect, like it was just perfect. If the temperature was perfect to wear a pair of shorts and a hoodie every day, like that's my ideal weather right there. Shout out LT and Fur for footing the bill for some BCF orders. Oh wow. All right. Just a cool ante, yeah. I know you guys did send in some hand checks, so we'll get to those in a second. Of course, uh, we've already ripped on this guy a little bit. You've seen it a bunch. It's probably going to stay in rotation for some time. It's difficult because when you have so many squonks, you want to try to get yourself to use them all. But yeah, still the Hakuvena clone. Let's specify that's the clone. I guess it doesn't really matter. But anyway, the Vena with the NI90 firecracker on that new DMD mods Mason and that sorbet. I really want to think of a catchy name for that strawberry lychee sorbet, so I don't have to keep on tripping over those words every time I say it. Um, we cleaned up the diplomat and broke back out the dwarf. You know, only one liquid for the most part lives inside the dwarf. 3 millimeter pendulum coils, cherry bomb on the inside there. Shift plus, 34 watts. So fucking good. This has definitely become my favorite tank. Yeah, Strachey Bay. I was thinking something Bay, BAE. Yeah. I did. I don't know. I was thinking like something like summer solstice or something like that. But I like the Bay. I do like that. Um, that's so good. This needs this squonk bottle always needs to be refilled by the time we go live. But got that fur for strode sexy orange tip on top of the 30 millimeter Asgard. The 10 core aliens from Hands Made Coils. Crunchberry Shake. It tastes so different at 120 watts than it does like on a Mex Squonk, but man, the ice cream slaps. Mm. And I'm still running this guy from the tasting that I did on the pre recording. It came to my attention that I'm an idiot and I wasn't sure exactly what this profile is. Tropical Tyrant. It's strawberry banana. I knew I was tasting banana, but I don't know. It's tricking my brain into thinking I was tasting some other tropical flavors in there. It's strawberry banana, and I really like it. A shout out to Duchess. I know he's not here, but we love you, brother. Um, and I guess let's take a look at what you guys are enjoying. Oh, there we go. Special announcement. We will be dropping the new salts tomorrow, and we will be running a 20% off Friday through Monday. Heck yeah! Paul Cole is vaping some Great God and the Fat Rabbit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. V8 says the Vader or the Stormtrooper. Ooh, I like that Stormtrooper. 10 cores? Geez, that sounds difficult to make. Yeah, that dude, Handsmade from Slovenia, is a wizard. It's 10 core of 33 gauge wrapped in 38. I was about to say, don't tell me there's a third Raiden I need to order. Oh, uh, let's see. Let's go into Discord and let's start from the bottom here. Start from the bottom with Enoch, Brian Enoch. RDA for Vaping V2 on the Drag 4 and the Blaze Pro Max on the Dreamer Clutch. Uh, let's uh, let's get this focused. Focus. You can do it. And boom, there we go. Hey, it works, right? It works. Oh, Dirtle just sent one in too. Yo, what's up, my man Dirtle? Hell yeah, dude. Thank you, Brian. Dale? Grim's got me wanting to say that. Cake Nana Cream. He's been on the Cake Nana Cream kick. Gotta have the Hexome. Hexome with the Jaka, with that honeycomb kit, those accessories that I only see him and Gunny have those accessories. If I was to have a Jaka, I think that is how I would want to run it. With the honeycomb, he's got the Cake Nana Cream, JMW Premium, a classic banana flavoring. That of all the banana recipes on the JMW menu, that one is mine. Let's see. Hungry Hippo always has a fat lineup. Republic with the Tauren 30. Yeehee MQ with a Dead Rabbit MTL 2. Odin DNA V2 with an Osiris 30. Yeehee G Class with a Blaze Pro. Yeehee SL Class with a Fat Rabbit Solo 2. Let's get it on. Oh, thank you, Dalton. There. Look at that. He likes his RTAs. See, that's what I needed, and I'm in the process of doing is getting a few more regulated mods in my collection to be able to run RTAs. Typically, I keep maybe one RTA in rotation at a time, but I think that's going to be changing. We're going to have to bump those numbers up a little bit. Maybe keep at least 2 in rotation at a time, and then we'll go from there. That is a dude, and he's always got some nice color in his lineup. Love it, dude. Thank you, Hippo. Let's see here. LT hashtag wiki. Oh yeah. Oh, we'll get to you though. Let's see. Peach Tea Paradise. The S Pro Reload S Pro on the Raiden stainless steel Raiden. Nice little cup of coffee or tea right there. I like that cup. I like that. Nice little outdoor desk check. Little outdoor patio check. Or let's see. Thank you, LT. Dirtle. We got Dirtle. Oh, for wicking it and kicking it. Ooh. Oh, we got some motion. We got some motion. That looks like the Aromizer Plus V2 with the extension kit on the Grim Army Hexome. There we go. That one's nice and still so we can see it. I believe that's the Plus V2 with the extension kit. Hell yeah, dude. Oh. Looks like he just got that. He got a Boosh. And that one of the new Centaurus mods. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, Dalton. Dalton sent in, let's see, a couple. He sent in a couple. Oh yeah. He's got the unholy recoil on the Ascent. And I think he said the liquid is apple peach rings candy. The label just peeled off right. Nice, dude. Apple peach rings can't. Oh, it's this guy, the finest. You know, I liked some of their liquids. They had an apple paradise. I liked their apple paradise. Probably one of the I don't know how many apple pear liquids I've tried commercial wise. A couple, but that was definitely my favorite from that market there. And Furfurstrode, for your Crackle Entertainment, he sent this in earlier. Hell yeah, dude. Those are some screamers. That's the 3D printed mech that he made. Only two of them in existence. Let's see, 3.5mm screamer, and still so angry. Heck yeah. And just a still hand check there. apple cream cake decanted into a smaller bottle because Furferstrode vapes apple cream cake by the gallon. So he's getting closer to that gallon mark. Let's head on over to the Facebook PMs because we had a couple come in. Quilly, tap to see. Oh, I gotta accept your message. Gotcha, Quilly. Looks like a Ritz. Is that a Ritz? With an M Addy? Holy moly. A Ritz with an M Addy. Or maybe it's a cobblestone. I can't recall. Is that an L Thunder? With a Asgard on top and then a Bonza Pro on a Kennedy Vindicator. Hell yeah. Yo, that M Addy. Whew. That's a pricey mofo right there. Would love to get one someday, but and they did just do a pre-order, man. About $100 down with 380 or 308 available on shipment. That's a pricey guy right there. Of course, Cassie. Ooh, so sexy in blue. Anarchist Hexome. Oh, there's Dean and Noah popping up. Anarchist Hexome. OG Recoil. Blue. The bottles are matchy. White chocolate raspberry cheesecake. I need to get some more of that. I'll be hitting that up this weekend for show. And we got Tim, an advocate for liberty. Of course, he's got his lineup. Boom. He's got the grip with the whoop. There we go. With the Vena on top. Whatever that old school guy is with a goon. And the Cross 4 Mini. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And I think we're all caught up. Did I miss anybody? I don't believe so. That is it. That is everybody. Thank you, everybody, for sharing all that. Also getting an LP Decree RDA. Nice. Wait till this weekend, Steve-O, and save a little bit. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Axis. Okay, Axis. It was in the center, said Quilly. Yeah, $400. Eddie lost his goddamn mind. Yeah, I always knew that they were pricey. I see people like reselling like lots with all these accessories for like $800 to $1,000. It's insane. It's not the best peach rings I've had, says Dalton. It's not bad at all. Okay. A single screamer. Hell yeah. Let's see. Forget the lady in red. Blue is where it's at. Yeah, nice one, LT. But Steve-O, that's the only colorway for that mod in existence. So still one of, yeah, that's true. One of one. 120 mil across the board. Okay. Dan's putting in his order. Let me message him real quick. Gonna need 120 bottles, especially if we're doing Labor Day sale. Actually, cheaper to just get Gorilla from BCA. I got you on liquid, but I am live right now. All right. The man, the partner, needs his liquid re-up. Sweet and sour, grape god, peach bourbon. Oh my god, it's blueberry. Nice. All right. Got the original M Addy from Maddie at a vape shop from Maddie for like a hundo. Yeah, now that's a good deal. That's a great price right there. Mango, I would pay 100 for it. Mango Sublime already available in 25 milligram salt, but grape candy and blue raspberry candy, 25 milligram salt, will be added as soon as I get my lazy butt over to Doc now with flavorings. Yeah. Well, also we are going to be dropping at least one new profile. I don't. I'm gonna see maybe if we. It probably makes sense if we run a Labor Day sale to drop it during the Labor Day sale. We'll add it to the menu. Uh, I don't know the possibility of maybe something else. We're discussing the possibility of a couple new profiles, but the one that's guaranteed going to be locked in, at least for a limited time drop, at least for a limited time drop, um, is the Samoa cheesecake. The Samoa cheesecake is happening. It is going to be released onto the JMW menu. Like I said, at least for a limited drop. Um, we'll see how it goes from there. Um, let's see. The new one's not even an exotic. It's just stainless. No Mokun or Damascus. Just yeah, I could understand if it was Damascus. Yeah, sending it to get coated anyways. All right, cool. Yeah, business. Got to talk business when the man has a couple minutes. Need to find another MAD, but not for 400. That's just fucking stupid. Yeah, I know, man. And that I was excited to get into the group, and it was right at the time when they were doing a pre-sale. Like it's like 10-year anniversary, a 10-year anniversary pre-sale, but $400, dude. That's rough. I'll get it. I'll find an old one secondhand someday. You know what I mean? All right, guys. We are an hour in. R.I.P. dessert chocolate. Yeah. Yeah, with the dessert chocolate though that I have, let's see. With the amount of dessert chocolate that I have, let me look real quick because and of course this would require restocking some larger quantities of some more flavors, but at least those flavors are available. Uh let me look. With the amount that I have, make one shot. Uh Wait, really? Uh, eh, one sec. Let me do the math here. No, that's not going to work. Perfect. With the amount of dessert chocolate that I have, um, there is with having to order one of the other flavors again from Wonder Flavors Direct. Other flavors are still available, but with the dessert chocolate situation, technically there's enough for a limited run of over 8,000 milliliters. So, yeah, probably a gallon, let's say, to call it safe. A gallon, save myself a little bit for myself, my own personal use. Once we hit like and it also depends on how well it sells, how much people enjoy it. But that's like the very, very limit without having to reformulate. It shouldn't be too difficult to reformulate it because it really just needs something in there for a chocolate drizzle. But initially, that's how much dessert chocolate we have. And that's not using it for anything else. Uh, must be a fairgrounds opening. Just saw a neighbor drive by with his fried dough cart. Nice. Uh, hopefully there will be a SXK version again. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I hate to say it, but yeah, I might pick up an SXK one if they drop the decree as well. Yeah. Uh, Oh yeah, also he's not here today. He's probably taking a nap. But happy birthday to Arnie. Arnie S. Happy birthday to him. Maybe he'll pop in later. Maybe he'll catch the replay. But happy birthday to Arnie. Today's his birthday. Uh, for bottle integrity, we're sticking them. Okay, yeah, they're talking about their stuff. People are flipping that new VWM Intensa RTA for over $400. That's wild. It's a, I'm sure it's a great tank, but that's wild. Could you do Bavarian cream in it? Uh, I mean, you could, but like it needs a chocolate. But like the recipe, it's a Samoa cheesecake, so like Girl Scout Samoa cookies, and it just needs something in there for like a chocolate drizzle. It already has a chocolate cookie crust, so there's a light amount of chocolate in there, but it just needed a little bit of a bump. Like Flavora milk chocolate very well could work, probably. But we'll see. I'll try a couple. Looks like re-release of Hyperion. Let's see. Dibs on the gallon of Samoa. Yeah. You gotta share. You gotta share. Let's see. Let's get into something. Let's get something built. Or wicked anyway. We're just wicking a few things tonight. But yo, I think I want to start with this guy because we're gonna go in the order that that things came in. Now, there's that sexy little mod, like Furfur was saying, one of one because it's the only one in this colorway. He's got a blue, and I've got this sexy multicolor one. Uh, I'm gonna tell you what, man. I have fallen in love with this mod. I did put a little tape here. I put a couple layers of tape right here to make sure that the door didn't slide as easy. But such a simple fix, and it works. I've actually done that trick with a few squonk doors just to make sure that they fit in nice and snug. Because lots of times mech squonks are made with the magnets, so like the battery holds the door on because of the magnets, and I'll kind of put like some layers of tape around the side so they can hold in place without the battery in. But what I did was I had taken a Bonza Pro. Both the Bonza Pros were set up for a hexome. I took one of my Duchess hexome coils out of it, and I had a used Twisted Timmy's coil. It was one of his 3.5 millimeter NI90 Alien V1s. So as a single coil, it comes in at a 0.15, a little under a 0.15 on a DNA. And the original plan, and I did that because I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to set up the Bonza Pro on this. You'll see why if you haven't seen the full setup yet when we're done. I wanted to install my last set of Wraith coils, or the Duchess Bully coils. And I wanted to try it the way that Frames Jenklin talks about doing a dual build, but moving the coils inward and then trying the single coil insert with a dual coil build in there. With Duchess stepping away, I don't want to use that set of Wraith coils just yet. I want to hang on to it. I only have one set of those left. I only have one set of his triple 26s left because I gave one to Dan. Some of his builds can still be purchased at Steel Valley Vapor, like his 26s. I know he just recently restocked his Hexome coils at Steel Valley, his triple 28s, whatever they have in stock are what's left currently for Duchess coils. But the Bully coil, aka the Wraith coil, was a new build. I've got one set in a recoil, one set in my RDA for vaping, and I don't want to blow through all those coils. I'm gonna pull back a little bit and try to use them a little more sparingly. So we're just gonna keep this guy in here because it was performing fantastic. A single coil on a mech, it's a little safer anyway, as far as a single battery, mechanical device is concerned. Is this gonna? There we go. And nice and rowdy because it's a 0.15 single coil. So we're just gonna wick this guy up, and we're gonna get it set back up with a different liquid. I plowed through the remainder of my bottle of Lady Liberty's banana pudding with chocolate chips. So we need to wick this up and juice it with a different liquid. Oh, Kerplop is here. What's up, Kerplop? Let's see. Any plans for a mod project? Ooh, that's right. Just don't put a dual build in an S Pro. Yeah, yeah. That's funny. I was working on some forever ago. It's been 6 years at this point. No kidding. So yeah, this coil it's been used, but we're just gonna wick it up. It's still got some life in it. It was nice and crackly. 3.5 millimeter. What we can do is the 3 millimeter FDH cotton is sometimes a little thicker than 3 millimeter. But if I cut this, bam, that's probably a little longer than what we need. The 3 millimeter will fit in that 3.5 millimeter coil just right to give us some nice crackle. So let's just twist up an end and we'll get her rocking. Floppy. Let's see. Yep, there we go. And just slide her on through. I just glowed this before the stream, so everything's good to go. There we go. Boom. Give it a little back and forth. Bam. That should be long enough. Let's measure. Boop. And down to the bottom. Let's measure. Perfect. Want a little bit of length. And then we're just going to fluff these guys up. This will be nice and quick. Sounds like Steve is suffering fall allergies as well. Yeah, dude, my nose is always stuffy for one reason or another. You can hear it in my voice. Yeah. It looks like we might be able to try that FA Pink that Sin was talking about Saturday. Okay. Really hope you find a way to make it happen, even if it's a collab. Yeah. Big headache today. Dang. Yeah, we're just going to fluff these up. Not trying to thin them out. I'm trying to fluff them up. I'll pull a little bit out just to make sure that everything's straight. But I'm really just trying to fluff them up so it'll hold more liquid as a single coil. Boom. Perfect. Nice and floofy. Little bit of floof. There we go. Boom. Then we get these guys out. These guys have been a life changer for me. And we're just also Breeze Tones showed me the correct way to hold these guys to make life easier. Not like this. Like this. And like chopsticks kinda. Although I don't really know how to use chopsticks correctly, but that's what he said. Anyway. And then just up and in. Boom. Simple with the single coil. Perfect. Trying not to squish it down after fluffing it. too much. Let's see. Nice and easy. And I did pull out a couple different liquids for this one. Originally, I grabbed PB&J cream, and then I was thinking apple cream cake. But I really like the way caramel crumble tastes in the Bonza Pro. I like all of them in the Bonza Pro, actually. Like, you literally can't go wrong with any dessert or bakery liquid in this RDA. It just slaps, dude. Wicking porn, yeah. Red Toot Life Hex for the win, yes. Play for it. Chopsticks was the first song Tim learned on his Casio. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to go caramel crumble. I don't have a ton left in this batch, but as you can see, I don't think that's the correct date. But if it is, a 5-month steep on some caramel crumble, I want that. I want that now. You already know which one I'm going to say. Caramel crumble, I know. Furfur is going to say apple cream cake. But we're going to go caramel crumble. I want to enjoy this, and then I can mix a new batch after a few days. Let's just drip a little liquid on there. Oh, yes. It's 0.145 is what this is coming in exactly. 0.145, which is beautiful for a single coil going on a 21700 neck. Oh yeah. Right into my eyes. The nice thing about caramel crumble is if I finish this off before I'm ready to rewick, I can literally just drip apple cream cake on top of it and keep going. And after like a few cycles, it'll just transition from that flavor to the next pretty seamlessly. Let's see. We're gonna paint. No, come on. Earn driving home, so can't chat, jamming turnstile because it's Friday, y'all. It's Earn's Friday. Hell yeah, dude. Hope you have a safe drive home, my man, and a kick-ass Friday. Earn Friday. Your Friday. I will want to kind of poke this around a bit and clean it up. There we go. Perfect. That's the crackle at just 50 watts. Wait until it goes on to the mech. The only thing about running it on this mech, though, is the airflow. This airflow ring fits inside there so snug, and it's got the double O-ring on it. And to turn it back and forth, it has a pretty good amount of tension. It's difficult to do on this mod because if you're not careful on this mod, you can force the 510 to spin. So what I need to do is I want to put this on here. Hold on. Hold on. If I can get it. All right, we're going to open it. And then I like it with one airflow closed. So I'm going to spin my airflow so the one hole is closed. And then I got to kind of crank it like old school style, like you used to with addies that didn't have a stopper. sideways and bam, spin it real quick so that airflow stays right where I want it. And we're going to bring the camera out a little so we can see more of what we're doing, Am I frozen or is it just not moving? All right, that's fine. We'll just do that. Now, once I put a battery in here, I got to be cautious to make sure I don't press the button until there's an atomizer on there. As long as I remember that, I'm fine. I'm good. We're going to go with our beauty ring. And I'm going to spin. Come on. And as soon as it stops, it stops. I don't force it. If I try to force it to tighten it, it will potentially spin that 510. But we're making connection now for the piece de resistance, the Half Moon Mods Aurora tip. Boom. Let's spin it because this O-ring likes to be a pain in the ass. And there we go. So perfectly matchy-matchy. It's fucking insane how perfectly this setup matches. Let's freaking rip it. Let's rip it. And here we are. So what are you waiting for, Tim? The rules? Yeah. Careful, Steve. You might get some fur in your mouth. That's... Hey, Tim Kittle. Yeah, don't force it. Yeah. Tim Kittle, long time no see, brother. Welcome. Good to see you. Bong. Why, yes. All right. You could probably put your beauty rings on a magnet strip to give them a small magnetic charge to grab onto the toppers. Yeah, it's a good point. Hey, don't you start your round. Yeah. Hi. Come here. You want some head scratches? You want some head scratches? No, not your butt, your head. You little perv. Come here. All right. Here we go. Let's get our coffee ready too, because that's part of the reason why I wanted to go caramel crumble, because we got a caramel cookie coffee, which also gave me the idea. Maybe I'll show that recipe tonight. I don't know if I showed it yet or not. The caramel coffee cookie dough ice cream. I've been playing around and brainstorming with that. But here we go, guys. Cheers. Gosh darn, that's so good. Nice and crackly. And that coil, I think this coil has been in 3 different atomizers, believe it or not, because I just keep taking it out and putting it back in things. A little drippy drippy. And cheers. Perfect pairing. I haven't set up the Bonza Pro in single yet. Yeah. And I mean, you can fit a chunker of a single coil in there, but 3.5 millimeter is just fine. Paul says, my cat's weird. He'll run from you like he's scared and then come right back like, meow, okay, you can pet me now? Yeah. Yeah, cats like to do stuff like that. God, that's so good. Listen, I love that caramel crumble, but something about the Bonza Pro, it just hits, dude. Especially dessert and bakery profiles. I know there was some early opinions about the Bonza Pro that I definitely disagreed with. I know a lot of people have really been enjoying it, and I've enjoyed a couple RDAs over the years. Dual coil. Let's consider this a dual coil RDA, even though you can run it perfectly fine in single. I think it even excels more in dual coil. Since the Asgard Mini, I've liked like okay the RDA for vaping. The Squy is another RDA that kind of flavor wise, airflow wise, I enjoyed as much as the Asgard Mini. But the Bonza Pro is the closest thing to the Asgard Mini in flavor and performance for 25 millimeter RDA as I can think of to date. Yeah, love the Asgard Mini. Yeah, the Bonza Pro stands up to it, toe to toe. In my honest opinion. Hmm. Yeah, Goon Asgard Mini recoil. I mean, don't yeah, the recoil hands down is always going to be in that top tier of all time RDAs. Uh, Too smooth, says Dell. Yeah, which I disagree with. Still haven't vaped all my JMW. Well, except the succulents on that Twisted Timmy's cream juice. Oh, nice, dude. Okay. The Bun Bun is like that too, Paul. She runs over and makes Tim lie down and then come flop next to me to watch TV. Yeah. That bunny is so high maintenance. Mm. Everything about this profile just smacks in this RDA. I got a Blaze Solo V2 RTA. It's good. It's good. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's I mean, I would love to try. I've never tried the original Solo, but the OG Blaze RTA was a daily for me. Hey, come on. Come on. Get away from there. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I know what she's asking me to do something, and I need to go do it. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. That's a quick little fix. She has this thing where she starts scratching around like she wants to go to the freaking bathroom on the rug. And really, what that means is she just pooped in her litter box and she wants me to go clean it so she can go pee in the litter box without having to go where she just pooped. She's spoiled. What can I say? Uh, Today we took a nap. No kitty, that's my Popeye. Yeah, no kitty, that's my Popeye. Today we took a nap. Ashley got licky, and she does that when she has to potty. I sat up and she demanded back rubs and melted on my lap. Felt so bad taking her into potty after that. Yeah. We just had a stray cat. said Neil, come to the house and have a litter of kittens. Oh yeah, and they'll be hanging around. You need two litter boxes. They usually pee in one and poop in the other. Yeah, I've heard that, but I've never. Typically, I never really had much of a problem with it unless it's when she's in heat. And yes, I'm way overdue for getting her spayed. Um, and I'm sure that'll help. Normally she doesn't mind as much, but like I literally just go grab the poop, flush it down the toilet real quick. And she'll literally follow me right in after that and go pee. God, that's good. It's gonna be hard to put this freaking mech down, dude. It's just so beautiful. It performs great. It hits hard, like a Denali, like Denali hard. Um, it's gorgeous. It matches the Bonza Pro perfect. The drip tip ties everything all in. Can you please get off of my desk? Thank you. It's gonna be a toilet trainer. I thought about that. I thought about that. She does sniff around the toilet like she's interested in it. Get one of the automatic litter boxes? Yeah, I might have to. Um, I'm glad you enjoy. Yeah, dude, I love this. I love this setup. So much to the point where like I stole this drip tip from my Denali setup that has the Asgard Mini on top, the black Asgard Mini, and the Denali has like the pink and blue splatter on it. Now it's got like a really short pink drip tip on it, which matches, but it's a little too low pro. So eventually, if I ever go grab that setup, I'll just swap the drip tip back to that. But this just matches too perfect not to use. Stephen L says I need to get an Osiris. I need to break out the Osiris Mini. Um, maybe we'll do. It's been too long, and since we've been trying to do more RTAs more often, it's difficult because I want to get as many squonks rotated as I can because I have so many, but I also want to use more my RTAs more often as well. The Osiris Mini is a fabulous tank. A couple people recently told me they've been having trouble wicking it, so I do want to bust that out and show off my wicking technique for it because I think it works beautifully. Don't worry, I got something for that Denali. Just you wait. Aw, you don't have to. Mm. Asgard V2 on a sidekick, says Corporate Jason. I still don't have any of the V2 Asgards. It just doesn't seem like there's that much of a difference to run out and grab them. I have the 30 millimeter Asgard. Now I do anyway, thanks to Purper. And I have 4 Asgard minis. It just didn't really seem like it was necessary to run out and grab a V2. Now, the collector in me tempts me to want to run out and grab at least a mini. I'm tempted to get a blue one. I'm tempted to get a blue one. Um, so there's that. We're definitely going to be rocking that for quite some time. Next, let's move on to some of the fabulous stuff courtesy of Nate. And I can't thank him enough for this guy. He initially was supposed to pick this up for me and hold it for me until I got paid again. And then he just sent it to me anyway. I've been looking for one of these bolts for a long time. I have a bolt accent, which is a little bit more rare of a model, but I've been wanting one of these guys with the bolt logo engraved all over it for a long time. I did actually notice too, the panels on both of them, they fit both bolts, which is pretty cool Because if I want to put the green panel on this ever, I could. That mod's all matchy-matchy, though. All green and smoked. The V1 build quality is just so much higher. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I was kind of got that impression, Dell. The V2 Asgard Mini isn't that great. The 28 millimeter is nice. Oh, okay. So maybe I should get the 28 then. I wanted to get a blue Mini, just for occasionally running on certain matchy purposes, But if the 28, I don't know. I might not even get either. Like I'm so happy with my OG Asgard minis, and like he said, the build quality, yeah. Never had a V1, said Hippo. Was too late to the vape game. Love my 2, but it did scratch my mod. That's right, with the squonk screws in the bottom. Be back if you're still on. About to drive home. All right, sick. Yeah, we'll be here until 9:30. I like the full size V2 versus the Mini 2 as well. Okay, that's good recommendation. So yeah, this guy, uh, I really was having a hard time choosing an RDA to put on this guy, and I'm glad that I tried this one, um, because I didn't think that it was going to thread on. This is the basic 1.1 RDA. It's the titanium version. And I don't understand why, but it doesn't properly thread on to certain squonks. Like, here's a good example. I'll show you. Here's a Molly V3. It doesn't thread on to reset 510s. Look at, here's the threads. Here's this 510. It doesn't thread on. It's small for some reason. And you know what I mean? I don't understand why. It's just how the threads are. It does that with reset 510s too. But it did fit on a couple of my other mods. It fits on this guy. And actually, I think I'm going to be retiring this squonk to the shelf. It used to be so pretty and purple, and all the dye has faded out of the stab wood over the last few years. I start to get it. This is a MOSFET, and I start to get a little bit worried that eventually the connection is going to come loose. It does still work. It hits hard, but my use of this is becoming very limited. It does fit on this, and it had found its home on this squonk for a long time. Well, it does screw on to this perfectly fine though. So we're going to use this RDA. We're going to wick it up. I also thought to myself, you know what would look sick on here? And I don't know if it would be possible to find one still. The OG Wasp Nano with the blue cap would match this blue perfectly. I have a Wasp Nano, a red one, but a blue one would be sick, and it would be a fairly inexpensive RDA to match that mod. But I love this. This is one of my all-time favorites, the basic. We're going to wick this guy up. I've got a blue beauty ring and drip tip set that's going to look awesome on there. So let's get this guy going. I've got that Wasp Nano blue cap. Do you? OG Wasp Nano? Metal Dad, what's up? So I met the dude who bought Rex Manning new off the lot today. Wish I would have bought it from him and not the dumbass kid who he sold it to. Was fun to talk about the car though. Oh yeah. So in between, when that kid owned it in between, did he like just seriously fuck it up? Is that why you had so many issues with it? So the basic V1.1, literally the same exact deck as the OG 1.0. except this is titanium and the deck is black. The main difference is the caps. The caps for the 1.1 are slam caps, and these little airflow holes on the inside are a little tighter. Beat the shit out of it, damn. Are a little tighter than the 1.0 cap, so it gives you a little more restriction. The 1.0 cap is taller and a little more wide open. So this one's a little bit more restricted, but the deck is exactly the same. A little upgraded because this one's titanium. So it's going to hold up better long term. That deck on the 1.0 has seen better days. Currently installed is one of Jared's Kinks coils that unfortunately we no longer have any in stock, but we did carry them for some time. They're the hybrid Burrow Banger Aliens. This is the 2.5 millimeter. They're triple 29 gauge, wrapped in 38, 5 wrap point. Actually, both the 2.5 and the 3 millimeter, they both come in at like a 0.24. I believe. Let's see. For some reason, this is not reading correctly. That's coming in at a 0.25. Close enough. Let's see. Bed single. Maybe because I added a half a wrap to it. Either way, it's perfect. It's perfect for this RDA. And let's bring the wattage down. We're just gonna glow it real quick, and then we'll wick it up. There we go. Shing. Waiting on the Ambition Mods Revere. Nice. It looks like a great tank. Yorkshire Pudding. Yes, please. He beat it like it owed him money. Nice. Let's get our 2.5 millimeter cotton. Oh no. Oh, I almost knocked another mod over. And get this guy wicked up. Hopefully we can get through all the addies that I want to do tonight, because I want to re-wick the stock RTA as well tonight. The stock or the Eclipse? I'm thinking the stock. I wanted to try and see if I can get it wicked a little nicer here. Let me pull a tad off of here. Just a sliver. Oh. Spin a spin, spin. You see I've got this installed belly down. I do want to try building this someday with a coil that's wrapped in the opposite direction and build it belly up. But I just never have. And this coil isn't that old, and it's been doing so great in here. There's really no sense in switching it up. Element has them too, but I recently heard some scary shit about using them. They can be inconsistent. Is that a nano wasp? No, this is the basic. Oh, that's too tight. Hold on. This is the 5A's basic 1.1 titanium edition from the Philippines. There we go. But a Wasp Nano, I would definitely love to get my hands on a blue one. An OG Blue Wasp Nano. Doesn't need a lot of cotton, but we'll go right there. All the shipping companies are cracking down on the mail ban. Yeah. Let's give that a snip there. And just like the Bonza, what's the slam cap made of? This slam cap? It's poly. Probably PCTG, I think. It's not PMMA. PMMA is usually what they use for clear, and it's a little thinner. This is a little thicker. I think this is PCTG. It's smoked. We're gonna fluff these up. Lately I've been, especially for squonking, I've been fluffing up my wicks, not thinning. Maybe just a tad, just to try to comb it. But when I squonk it, I want it to be able to hold more liquid before it sucks back down any excess. I want it to hold more liquid with each squonk, so I don't have to press my bottle as many times. Also, this is top airflow, and while you can't make this RDA leak because of how the airflow is set up, you absolutely can 100% flood the deck and end up with a mouthful of liquid. So the more fluffy your cotton, the better. Let's get that. Steve-O, you'll eventually have to try the utility cotton that Timmy is selling. Really nice stuff. Oh, yeah. The utility cotton sucks back down. I should call her. Yeah. I should have known the 8 was going to say that. The utility cotton is Dimitri's new cotton brand. The FDH wicks are going away. The last form, the last doc that they did was the last time the FDH wicks were going to be available. And now Dimitri has the utility cotton brand now. From pictures, it looks like very similar cotton. There we go. Up and in. Oh, you can get in there. There we go. I kind of want to pull that back up a little bit so it's a little more poofy. There we go. Beautiful. Who knows, man? To be honest, they might follow suit. It seems to be way better than the FDA. Okay. Hey, man, I'll give it a shot. One of these days, I'll grab some. Next time I place an order with Timmy for something. And for this, I am really in the mood for some Agent Arnie. Agent Arnie is the Arnold Palmer it's a orange Arnold Palmer. So it's lemonade, iced tea, and sumo oranges. It also has some what else is in here? The Spiros, Japanese loquat. So Japanese sumo oranges and Japanese loquat blended into an Arnold Palmer, basically. Dun, dun, dun. We're going to have to turn the wattage up a little bit. Up. Boom. There we go. Probably not going to get the best crackle out of this one, but that's perfectly all right. This coil ended up kind of tight. I don't know why. Now that that's there, let me get my cap on. I got to line my airflow up with these holes here. Bam. Perfect. Now we got to loosen it and then then line it up. Let's see. Bam. Perfect. Now we can take it off. Timmy's new Cinnamon Toast Crunch juice is really good. Nice. We are really wicking it tonight. Yeah. Basically, we're probably going to be doing a lot more wicking. Like, I have plenty of coils, but you get to a point where things just don't really need to be rebuilt because coils last a long time if you do like your regular maintenance and re-wick and clean your coils properly every week. What I want to do is I'm going to fill this bottle up, and this is the bottle that came with it. I was going to use an octagon bottle, but this bottle seems to fit in it just fine. I want to run something kind of lemonade-y through it anyway, because even though I wash this out real good, lemonades will eliminate any possible lingering liquid flavor that might be sticking to that silicone. But before I insert the bottle, I want to pop my battery in. We're going to go Samsung 20S just because I got one here. I want to make sure that this is making connection with the beauty ring on the Addy, because this is kind of top adjustable, both top and bottom adjustable. It's complicated. Yeah, see, it's not making connection. So what I got to do is pull this guy out. We got to loosen this here, if I can. Yep, we'll loosen this up. Then we get a flathead and turn this guy. Is that going up or down? That's going down. We bring this up. Then we'll tighten that again. We'll put this back on. Ah, come on. Let's see if it's making connection now. There we go. We're perfect. I'm going to bend this contact down so it holds that battery in place more. Let's push our straw down a touch. Fit our little guy on like that. Set the squonk bottle on that little shelf there. Pop our battery back in. Boom. Drip tip. Boom. And there we go. You know, it's funny. These are a matching set, but the beauty rings are always a lighter color than the drip tip because it's a thinner amount of material for the beauty ring. And I actually very rarely have had anything that matched this set as well as it matches this mod. I think that it looks pretty good. You got the frosted smoked cap, which kind of matches the same color as your squonk bottle. And then you got all your blues. Cheers. Let's go. Let's do it. And hopefully we got enough time to wick up the RTA. I haven't seen it in stock anywhere I know of. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even zoom that time. My bad, guys. Guess it doesn't really matter. You were able to see what I was doing, right? Okay. All juiced up. with some Agent Arnie. I actually got the contact perfect. And how I can tell it's perfect is it's making connection and the beauty ring isn't moving at all. It's nice and firm. You can't spin it. Sometimes if you have the contact up too high, it'll leave a gap so your beauty ring can spin. We got it just right. Cheers. Mm. And this is an RDA that I think excels with any type of profile, but the 1.0, because it has more airflow, I prefer custards, berry flavored type of creams. But with the more restricted slam caps, I tend to like more fruitier beverage profiles. Mmm, that iced tea base, so freaking good. Skawunk. Metal Dad. The can of cotton is really good. The hemp cotton, you can only purchase it, as far as I know, at Vapors Cloud. I don't know if there's anybody else that carries it, but I love the can of cotton. It's very heat resistant and it's ideal for really hot builds, and it works wonders for series. The can of cotton, it works wonders for running series. Bunny side, working on a lychee tea myself at the moment. Very nice. Well, Tim's out. Rabbit is knocking him out again. Yeah. Ern says, I got to find something to put on my new blue hexome. Probably going to be the titanium recoil or just a silver recoil. I have silver and blank. Nice, dude. What are you guys looking for? The hemp cotton, I think Foggy Incline has it. They might have it. As far as I know, um, what's it called? Vapors Cloud carries the can of cotton. It's really good. I uh rationed my way through a bag of it for some time. I pretty much saved it just for series builds, but I don't even vape series right now. Yes. So before Reset V3 510s came out for mech squonkers, there were several different 510s, some more basic than others, that modders used for mech squonks. Now, most people, for the most part, try to stick to Reset V3 as the industry standard. DMD mods uses the Mod Dog V2 510s. I like those plenty. But in the earlier days, 2017, 2018 ish, before the Reset V2, Reset V3 came out, this was one of the better silver plated 510s. My Stabwood Eternity has this 510 in it as well. And while it can be a little bit fiddly to adjust for swapping addies, the performance on it is just as good as a Reset V3. And minimal maintenance because it is silver plated. So that is key when it comes to maintaining squonks long term. The less brass and copper parts you have to polish over time, the better, especially when you have a lot of squonks. So really, really happy. This performs pretty much identical to this mod right here. Boom. So really, really like it. And uh, like I said, I've gone from around July last year to not having a single blue squonk in my collection to now having one, two, three, four, 5, I would count this as blue too. 5 blue squonks in my collection, all different shades of blue. And this is going to fit in right at home on in the rotation. And I have something new to run my basic 1.1 on. Although different things get swapped around. Because I do have different color caps for this guy. I have a clear cap and a black cap for it also. That's because blue is the best color, says LT. I like green and purple too. I like greens and purples too. That orange mod looks like the rabbit's foot briefcase from Mission Impossible. Oh, okay. Duchess isn't here. Duchess has taken a step away from the scene. I don't know permanently, but at least for right now. I need to ask him if he can copy paste, because he had all of like the links and everything for dropping in chat, like that he would copy and paste. I'm gonna ask him if he doesn't mind messaging those to me, so I can save them and use them, and maybe somebody else can help post that, or maybe someday I'll actually use a better streaming service and set up a Nightbot or something. I don't know. I tend to like to stick with how I'm not super tech savvy, so I pretty much stick with what I know. All right, we got 15 minutes left. Maybe we'll run a little over. I try not to, because the dopamine dump usually starts around 9:30. I try to be respectful and not step over his time. But I do want to rewick the stock RTA. And I've got a new mod. I've got another DNA that is not only going to be awesome for running like single coil RTAs on, but it's also going to be helpful to not always have to use the paranormal, because building on a DNA 75 will be just as nice, and it's the same height. Height kind of matters the way that my camera is set up. So I got an Odin Mini. Again, thank you to Nate. Let's wick this guy up, because I think this is going to be the perfect pairing. Hopefully I can wick it without any leaks, and I don't dump liquid all over this darn mod. Let's see. I want to try doing the diagonal cut this time. Not like a major diagonal cut, but this tank is a little tricky because it's such a shallow wicking well. When you, oh yeah, also we got a Duchess triple 26 gauge single in there, all nice and super rowdy, so we can run it on a Mac or on a regulated. It's shallow, and when you fill the liquid, even though I had like the wicks tucked in really good, the liquid, when you put your cap on, pushes your wicks up out from being tucked in and up, and causes a leak. I don't know why. Pressure. It's just a pressure thing. There we go. Let's zoom in. This shouldn't take long to wick. 3mm. I have a non-DNA Odin Mini. I love that mod. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, I just always wanted the Mini. Actually, originally, I didn't care one way or another. But as they became more and more rare, I realized that's a mod, especially I don't have as many single 21700 mods anymore. I should have kept my Cold Steel 100. That was another nice and comfy, like skinny type of single 21-700 mod, like the Raiden. The Raiden is another one. Like the form factor. I like the form factor of these types of single 21-700 mods. They're perfect for single coil RTAs. Pink and blue are my colors. Well, it was good to have time to drop in. Glad you got to see me. Didn't mean to ask about anything. Haven't dropped in a minute. Was just curious. Hey, man. It's always great to see you, man. Hop in anytime you got time. We love you coming to hang out, dude. Ask all the questions you want, dude. And I apologize if I ever miss any. Sometimes it can be a challenge keeping up with all the comments. Have a good night, brother. Have a good night. Let's see. Pulling a little bit off. Not too much, but there we go. All right. Got a few minutes to get this set up. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. What I did last time was I just cut it real short, like right to there. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to rest against the O-ring here and snip. Okay, Pacey. O-ring, snip. That side is a little longer than the other. Let's pull that back that way. What I didn't do last time is here. Do I hear that, kitty? Yes. Is I kind of wanted to fluff this up this way a bit. Right? And just snip the tops off a little. Not a huge diagonal cut. Oh, get that guy. Maybe not quite 45 degrees, but bam. Just to kind of snip the tops off a little bit. I don't know if that's going to help or not, but let's get these tucked in. Boom. There we go. Really doesn't take a lot of cotton at all. And if you cut it too long, it bunches up. There we go. I just hope it stays in place. Last time I didn't do the diagonal cut, and after the stream I had to pull the wicks out and kind of thin them a little bit more. And there is the notification for the dopamine dump. He's going to be getting started. Let's see. Now I don't know what liquid to put in this one. Last time I did the mango. I'm kind of tempted to try the strawberry lychee in a tank. Steve, if you can find one of the Dilemma single battery 21-700s are good mods. I have 3 of them. Okay, cool. 10 out of 10 wicking. I think we did all right. Let's just hope it doesn't leak. That's all. Boom. See, you want to make sure that it's all the way down to the bottom, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the pressure still isn't going to force it out. That's why I tried to fluff it up and not do a diagonal cut last time, because I thought the extra thickness would help it. It didn't. It did not. Indeed, it did not. I kind of want to try the strawberry lychee in a tank, even though I've got it set up in that squonker, but I don't know. I don't know. I got to think of something quick to put in here. Gosh darn. I got an idea. Shoot. How much do I have? No, I don't have enough. I was gonna go Grape God, but I don't have enough. What's this? No. Shoot. Gosh darn it. I can't think of a liquid. Work is tiring right now. I know. Where are you? That's not it. Yeah. I haven't run succulents in a tank in a while. Let's go succulents. I don't know. Let's try succulents. Haven't ran that in an RTA in a while. Let's see. Wait. I had this set up. Come on. Where? Back. .18. Yes. Perfect. All right. There we go. Let's get her juiced. Filling it might be a bit of a challenge, so we'll see. Let's turn our wattage up. We need to go at least 50 watts, I think, on this coil. There we go. I should have decanted some succulents into a smaller bottle. There we go. Now, let's get this guy on here. Let's close the airflow. And this is kind of how I did it last time. Let's see. Just to be on the safe side. Yeah. That'll be good for now. I put this on, and then I tipped it upside down, closed it, opened the airflow, then tipped it. I think that's going to work. Let's come up top. And we just might need a different drip tip. I'm running the Sidekick with the Bonza Pro currently at home. Nice, dude. Let's clean this up a little. Doesn't look like it's leaking. It does look nice with that short drip tip, but I don't. We're getting bubbles. I have an idea. This Elder Dragon drip tip should be perfect. Boom. There we go. It's a little bit smaller bore. It's a little taller. A little bit matchy. Let's see how that does. Oh yeah, that's nice and comfortable. I like the low pro look on this tank, but I like the feel of this drip tip better. We got bubbles coming out. They're kind of small. The last time I had this tank running, the bubbles were coming out freaking huge. And I think whatever that was because the wicks just weren't, I don't know. It was wicking like way too fast, and that was partly why it was flooding when I was filling it. $49 seems to be doing just great. 0.18, which is 3 volts. It's nice and crackly. It's got a boost on, I guess, because when I hit the fire button, it's jumping up to 58. I didn't think I turned the boost on. Oh, that's stealth mode. No. Oh, boost level 2. Let's take it back down. I don't want the boost on. Boost level 1. That works. It's still doing it. It's weird. I'll have to figure that out. Because when I hit the fire button, it's jumping up 10 watts. Hold on. It's weird. Weird. I'll figure that out. I'm not really that familiar with this theme that's already on here, so we'll have to play around with it a little bit. Vape is nice and saturated, crackly, delicious. I guess maybe that boost isn't so bad. It's vaping great. That's all that matters. And there we have it, guys. We got them all set up for the day. Boom, boom, boom. Added to the rotation and to the collection for all of those too. And if we go in with what everything else that we've been rocking with, there's the current rotation for the week. Thursday, what we'll probably do is we'll come back and we might focus a little bit more on some DIY, some mixes. Of course, we'll have to set something up, but we'll decide what that's going to be when the time comes. But that's going to do it for tonight, guys. I hate to rush out of here, but once it hits 9:30, it has been quite a while. My voice starts to go and we start to hit the 3-hour mark. Plus, also, I like to be respectful and I don't want to trample over the dopamine dump. Yeah, that's nice, dude. I haven't vaped succulents in a tank in a long time. And while you got to refill this guy more often than some other larger tanks, the fact that it's so short just contributes to stellar flavor. I think we figured out how to wick it correctly. To be safe, I'm probably still going to do the tip it upside down thing to fill it. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with this setup. I'm so stoked to have another DNA in my collection. It's going to be a really useful device, let's say that. And it just looks so sexy with these small little tanks on top. But yeah, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Everybody, I really appreciate you showing up every week. We have a great time. Like I said, the plan is to still go live on Thursday because there's no vlog. Next week, we'll be just doing Monday because I'm going to be on the Punk Rock Vapor and Birdie show on Friday. And I believe Tim and Cassie said on Thursday next week, they're planning on doing a game night. So, what all flavor is succulents? Shiz good as fuck. It's a strawberry cheesecake ice cream. Just presents as just a really delicious strawberry. Depending on the atomizer, you might get some more of the ice cream, some more of the cheesecake notes. But yeah. But I appreciate the hell out of you guys. We're gonna end it there. Thank you as oh yeah. Throw your hashtags in the chat. I always love to put them up on screen. I love you, fam. Thank you as always for wicking it and kicking it with me. We are JMW. Peace.